Hello, and welcome to the second half of Season 2 Tornado Talk, the first episode of 2022. I will be your only host for today. Jacob, unfortunately, is doing an internship back home during T-term. I'm Wes Spykerman, a junior from Wayne, Pennsylvania. And with us in the studio today, we have Brian Moore.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me here. This has always been a dream of mine. Ever since I saw the first episode, I've really just been thinking, man, how can I maneuver myself to get on this show?
We love to see that we're having that type of impact on the people here. So I love to hear that. I'm sure everyone else loves to hear it as well.
I live for the spotlight.
So really quickly, if you've been listening to every episode, you'll know that we play a game at the beginning. Do you know the name of that game?
For the point of the quick fire?
Yes! That is great. That's great. Great work. All right, so you obviously know the rules of quick fire. I'm going to ask you quick questions, and you have to respond very quickly. It's pretty simple. So today I have a number of questions for you, starting with your favorite song.
Dude, that is so hard. I'm really digging Stargazing by The Neighborhood right now.
Sweet. Best state.
Where I was born in, California.
Best music genre.
Oh my God. Dude, this is killer. Big fan of classic rock.
Okay. Who is the funniest senior?
Dude, you were putting me on the spot. There are so many to choose from.
Time's up. What is your dream vacation spot?
Dream vacation spot? I'd like to go to the Galapagos.
Okay. What is your favorite class here at Macaulay?
Favorite class? Astronomy with Neil Dexter.
Okay. What is the best sport here at Macaulay?
Sport I do. Rowing.
Rowing. There you go. And what is your favorite Macaulay tradition?
Favorite Macaulay tradition? Gonna sound pretty basic. I think you've probably had a lot of these before, but Duck Day. It's a classic.
Duck Day. Okay.
So you never see it coming.
Yeah. It could be in January.
It could be in January. Really keep us on our toes.
No, it would. All right, who's the funniest senior?
Dude, you're not helping me. I'm gonna say, oh my God, I like Luke Gilbert. I think he's pretty funny.
I think we've had that before. Luke's pretty funny. I would agree with
funny,
that.
Dude.
Okay, so on a more serious note, you mentioned that you were born in California, and you still live in California. How did you hear about Macaulay from being in California?
It's not that crazy of a story. I had some family members who went here, two cousins, an uncle. It's a big family tradition of theirs. They convinced me to come check it out. I love the school. Was here the next fall. Simple as that. That's
impressive. So is that why you would come all the way across the country? Was just because you loved it when you visited?
Absolutely, man. The teachers here that I saw were dope. Campus was awesome. I was like, man, not very many schools in San Francisco have a waterfall in their front gate, even though it took like 20 years to build the thing. But, dude, I just loved it.
Okay. That's super cool. So, yeah, tell us a little bit about San Francisco. What's it like?
Well, man, thank you for giving me something really specific. It's a really interesting city. I think it's like most beautiful city in the U.S. Got a lot of problems. But I think all the houses and stuff are gorgeous. Looking out over the ocean, doesn't get much better.
Okay, I'll get a little more specific for you. Tell us what a day in San Francisco would look like for you when you're home.
God, I wake up, roll out of bed, do 500 push-ups or something. Go on a 3-mile run, step out of my mansion. Just wake up. Get coffee, You can take the bus everywhere in San Francisco. I don't think Chattanooga, CARTA, is that what public transportation is here?
I don't know.
Never seen anyone. Yeah, that's my point. But, buses are kind of everywhere. You can get everywhere, really easy. Pretty small city, actually. So,
small.
Pretty awesome. Yeah.
Okay.
Just, size-wise.
Okay.
So same size as Chattanooga.
Yeah.
People.
Well, so you talk about public transportation, that's pretty nice. What's your favorite thing about home?
Favorite thing about home?
Yeah.
I was gonna say my family, but that's like kind of basic. So I got to go for the food. Got some of the best restaurants in the United
what type
States.
of food? What type of food do you love?
Killer Japanese food, killer Chinese food, killer Mexican food. They got everything, but they're some of the best because there's a lot of like Chinese and Mexican people living in San Francisco.
Okay, that's fair. Was it hard leaving San Francisco?
Definitely did. I mean, I don't know if I ever really got like super homesick or anything, but it's just very different coming to Macaulay.
Yeah. I mean, that would make sense.
Took a little bit of time to adjust.
Okay, and so you mentioned that your family, like some people in your family, have gone to Macaulay.
Mm-hmm.
Did your parents have any sort of surprising reaction to you going to Macaulay, or was it a smooth?
They were not like in support of it at all. They actually, I came and looked at the school once, and then without telling me, they emailed the teachers here, and they were like, "Yeah, he's not interested." And I found out. I was pretty livid, you know. I was a little upset, and I like basically forced them to let me come back and check it out once more, and actually come with them. And I think that kind of sold them on it as well, and they've been really happy that I've been here. Like they love Macaulay now as well.
So your parents went behind your back and told the school you didn't want to go here.
Yeah, kind of conniving, kind of sneaky.
Okay. I mean, that's a cool story though. Like that you found out and found a way to get here.
Yeah, Mom, Dad, if you're watching this, I'm still upset about that. So
I guess you left, and your brother's here now, correct?
Yep, he's in Presley.
That's crazy. Crazy. So do you think kind of your life at home has changed at all since coming here? Like, I guess you must have had some sort of influence on your brother for him to come.
I mean, absolutely. I think, just being away from home for so long, like kind of, it does, change what happens when you go back.
Yeah. I
mean, ultimately, like, you're going to hang out with less people when you come back. You're going to have less friends, but, like, the friends that stick around are, like, the real ones. And I think my brother kind of saw how much I was loving it, and he's like, I got to check this place out as well.
Okay. So you mentioned being on the crew team, and we've had some guys from the crew team here before, but I just want to hear a little bit from your perspective, what that is like, especially in the cold weather. Like, what do y'all just erg the entire time?
I mean, we go out. Sometimes I slap on a pair of leggings, to stay warm. I just really hug the thighs. It's a demanding sport, man. Like, I'm sure if you know anyone who's done it, it's like we're out there from like 3:45 to like 6:45 every single day.
Okay.
Got weekend practice. It's not easy. Not for the faint of heart.
So y'all will row in this type of weather?
Yeah, dude. We were out on the water yesterday, Ron.
No way.
Yeah, it was pretty wild.
Just for y'all, for those of you who don't know, yesterday was like, what, low of 30 something?
Yeah, it was in like mid-30s.
I mean, it got warm 40s, in the afternoon, but it was chilly for sure.
Been nippy out.
That's impressive. So I guess kind of back to talking about differences between California and Macaulay. Was there any sort of adjustment that needed to be made coming from California?
Yeah, there's definitely a bit of a culture shock coming here. Like, San Francisco and, anywhere in the South, that's, for obvious reasons, pretty big difference. But, like, ultimately, I was like, I was still around, like, 14-year-old boys, and those are, like, more or less the same anywhere you go. So it wasn't too hard. I think more than that, it just kind of opened up my mind a little bit. Honestly, I was a little bit ignorant kind of the South before coming, and so it was really cool to like kind of see a ton of stuff that I was not expecting.
Okay.
Meet a bunch of cool people.
So you mentioned there's some hard things. Is there a specific like hardest thing that was a big change coming here?
I don't know about hardest, but something that took me a while to get used to was like I did not understand the obsession with college football, like at all. That is not a big thing at all in California. It's like, pro football a little bit, but like probably because there's no good like college football teams in California.
It's kind of true.
But like that was like very surprising, and I'm still kind of like on the fence about it.
So would you say you're excited for the national championship, or are you kind of just, it is what it is?
It is what it is, man. My dad went to Michigan, so I was rooting for them, and that was just embarrassing.
Yeah.
So I really don't care. I mean, I kind of want Georgia to win, like a little bit, like you know, tired of seeing Alabama in the top, but
yeah, it's fair. I think it was just funny that SEC just obliterated the opposition in the playoffs. It's kind of sad, to be honest.
Yep.
It is what it is. So big culture change, California, Tennessee. Like you said, it's really different coming to the South. Was there anything that like made that shift easier for you?
Funny enough, yeah, I feel like the RAs were super, like, for those guys that don't know, it's like resident advisors. They help out in the dormitory. Actually, our writer, the man behind like the computer who's writing a lot of this stuff up for us, was one of my RAs. And he's the one who got,
really?
Yeah, Zion, yeah.
Yeah.
He got me to come out here, and Zion was awesome.
Sweet.
I don't know about these questions he's writing, but no, but he was awesome in the dorm, and they really helped me kind of find a place in McCallie.
Okay. So now Zion wants me to ask you a really like complex question, but God. I'm gonna make it really simple.
All right.
There's tons of different people here at Macaulay, and you come from a very different background than a lot of people here at Macaulay. Do you think, like, how does that shaped you in the last 4 years? Like, I guess molded you or changed you in any sort of way from what you were before you got here?
I mean, I might have had a bit of a different outlook coming into the school, but like, I don't think it's really determined who I've hung out with. Like, all my friends are from the South. Like, I didn't like try to exclusively stick to like other city kids, like looking for kids from like NYC or places like that. So, I mean, if anything, it kind of encouraged me to like branch out and meet different types of people. So I'm
okay.
Pretty glad.
Yeah, and I have a question of my own here. When you got here, what stereotypes did you find out were mostly true, and which ones you were like, oh, that's not true at all? Be careful what you say here, too.
I am like treading on thin ice.
That is a dangerous question.
God. This is a rough one. The ones I found true were, let's see, a lot of stuff about like hunting and stuff. I was like, man, it is a huge part of the culture. That didn't like, you know, kind of have that perception coming from California. But, you know, I mean, politically, like that surprised me a lot. Like super broad range of like on the political spectrum. Like there's kind of a terrible like you know, bit of ignorance and like bias about like, oh man, like Southerners like a bunch of like dumb rednecks or whatever. Yeah. Which is like not true at all. I mean, there are a couple of those, but like far and few in between, especially at a place like Macaulay. Just like a bunch of really cool, just like, you know, not really all that different from like people in California. Yeah,
I like to hear that. I don't want to ask you another question about home. Let's move on to senior year. So it's your senior year. Last year, Macaulay. How has the college application process been during the last semester?
Yeah. I mean, it sucked, but I'm done with it now. I'm into college. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Into college. I got into my early decision at Dartmouth. So that was pretty awesome. And
that's awesome. Congratulations.
Kind of all paid off, but man, it was brutal. Yeah. Especially with like all the work at senior year and stuff.
Okay. That's super cool.
Look forward to that next year, Wes.
I'm not excited. Not excited at all. Yeah. So I guess you're done. You're into college. You got this last semester. Do you have any like, I guess, goals for this last semester? Like experiences you haven't had yet that you want to have at Macaulay, or I guess new people you might want to meet before you leave?
Damn, that's like a really, really tough question. But I mean, yeah, I feel like you definitely want to like leave an impact on Macaulay in some way. Like that's like, I think, a super important thing. Like it can be a super small thing as well. But like, I don't know, I want to leave an impact. I want to like leave a little bit of like my mark on Macaulay because it's definitely kind of like made a mark on me. So I like to give that back a little bit.
Yeah. So I guess here we're giving you an opportunity here to give something back. If you could give a piece of advice to your freshman year self that is kind of or would have helped you in any sort of way, what would that be?
Dude, let me think. One simple one. Get to know more day students. If any boarders are watching this, like freshman boarders especially, that's like a ton of mistake a bunch of dudes make. And it's a mistake that I made as well. Just like not being a huge part of Macaulay's campus. Like it's pretty easy to get sucked into, all your boarding friends because you live with them.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't like try and stop hanging out with all the day students.
I think it's a great piece of advice. All right. We will now end with my personal favorite segment, Guess That Teacher. So I'm going to give you 7 clues about this teacher, and you have to guess who it is. So we'll start with the first one. This person was selected to be on a reality TV show, but turned it down. This person can hand toss pizza dough. This person performed for over 20,000 people at a motorcycle rally. This person had a summer internship interviewing pig farmers about software development. I can't imagine that. This person wrestled a steer to the ground successfully. Has eaten horse tongue and actually enjoyed it. And finally, this person has been told that he looks like Brad Pitt.
Not very many teachers in Macaulay can quite claim that. Looks like Brad Pitt. I don't know if any of our faculty is quite that good looking, but I'm gonna have to go for Mr. Wallen.
You are incorrect. I'll give you 2 more guesses.
2 more guesses? I'm trying to think of someone who'd be like wild enough to wrestle a steer to the ground.
I feel like unless you know this guy pretty well, you'd be surprised.
Oh my god. I don't know. Mr. Wolf, dude? I have no idea.
Incorrect again. I'll give you a hint. You know him through your dorm.
Know him through the dorm.
Dude,
Mr. Alverson, maybe? I have no idea.
You're wrong. The answer was actually Mr. Murphy.
What?
I know. I'm a little surprised. I'm going to ask him about this in class because these are all super cool.
That's awesome. I feel like he does always have like a crazy story to tell. So that actually
very true.
Kind of clicking together in my
and like
head.
the pictures of him like from the band days. He was in a band and the pictures are crazy. It's so funny. He's got like the spiked necklace and everything. It's awesome.
It was insane.
Yeah. All right. Well, on that note, we're going to end it here. So feel free to check out our Instagram page at Tornado Talk Podcast for exciting stories, segments, and other information. And we have some new stuff is coming this semester. So we're super excited to share that with you guys. And we would also like to give a huge welcome to Ethan Met. He has joined our team here at Tornado Talk as one of the editors, so that's super exciting. So I guess if y'all see him, give him a warm welcome from the Tornado Talk community. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next time.